Hello and welcome to Real English with Real Teachers. Today we've got a lovely guest. We've got Lucy from English with Lucy.
Hello, hi, thank you for having me. It feels like a very long time since I've been on your channel.
Oh, I know. We've been missing you. We have.
I know. You're too far away now.
It's true. But technology, hey, it's bringing us closer.
Definitely.
You're watching
Real English
with
Real Teachers.
Real Teachers.
How are you doing today? What have you done this morning?
I'm doing very well, thank you. This morning I got up quite early. Spent some time with Diego, my dog, he needs a lot of attention each morning because if I stay in bed too long, he starts to wag his tail against a radiator and all of the vibrations go up, all of the pipes of the house to the vibrator. Sorry, to the radiator. Let me just
to
stop
my
that.
vibrator, and he turns it on, and that's the start of a good morning.
And all of these vibrations go up the piping of the house until they reach the radiator that's behind the bed. And so we can hear the wags. So that's like our own personal alarm clock.
Oh, wow. It's like a Mr. Bean scene. So he's actually downstairs.
Yeah. He doesn't come upstairs.
Ah.
I don't know if he knows what he's doing. I'd like to think that he does. But he is a golden retriever breed of dog, so potentially not.
Oh, are they meant to be stupid? I thought they were meant to be quite intelligent.
They're quite goofy. I'd say that's a good word to describe them. Goofy. Very intelligent with some things and very unintelligent with others. Much like myself.
Right. So goofy being silly, kind of.
Yeah, very silly. He chases his tail. He'll chase his tail getting in smaller and smaller circles until finally he collapses on the floor like a donut. But then he can do the most... Yeah, just like me. But he can do the most amazing tricks. He'll stand up on his hind legs. You can go bang and he'll fall down on the floor as if he's died. He's very intelligent.
Oh, wow. Okay, he can play dead. That's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very useful.
Yeah, play dead. Yeah. Okay, so we are here today in this episode to tuck into a bit of culture for you guys. And we're going to do some British wedding culture, to be specific. Ooh. Because I felt like it was slightly relevant to Lucy. Do you think it is?
Yes, definitely.
Why is it relevant to you?
Because I am engaged to be married to my fiancé Will, and we were meant to get married on the 26th of September this year. But now, due to coronavirus, we have postponed it till May, and then we'll work out what we're doing, if that's going to go ahead or not.
Weddings are well and truly on your mind.
Yes, definitely. Much more than I'd want them to be, actually. It's been quite stressful. I'd always said, I don't get what people are talking about, why they always say that weddings are so stressful. I found it so easy to plan this wedding. And then I think it was karma punishing me for being so arrogant about planning a wedding so easily. And they said, we're going to make this complicated for you. And so now, it's become quite a stressful thing.
Okay. Is that why you wear your Corona earrings?
Oh, I'm so glad you noticed these. These are especially for you. My Corona earrings.
Amazing.
Very nice. Bought from Etsy.
Okay. Yeah, Stacey likes Etsy. Okay, so we're going to do some British wedding questions. I'm going to ask you your opinion when we feel like it, but also I want to get the insight of a British person generally about British people and British weddings, because every time I speak to a student from a different culture, different country, they've got completely different traditions about this day. Okay, so the first question for you is, do you think Brits feel it is important to get married before moving in with their partner?
No, I don't think that we consider this to be important anymore. It's very interesting, isn't it, how different countries with, in some ways, such similar cultures can feel so differently about these ideas. Here, it's mostly highly recommended by your parents to test out living together before you make that commitment, because I do think now that marriage is also seen as a big financial commitment as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a partnership in everything, isn't it?
And you are pooling your assets unless you have a prenuptial agreement.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one, but I would say that most now in the UK, if we hear that somebody is getting married without having lived together beforehand, I think we would kind of think, oh, are you sure? You know, what if she's not quite what you expected?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And what about having children?
I think this is something that has changed a lot recently, or over the years. Now, I don't think anyone blinks an eye at someone having children before marriage. But I do think in a lot of people's plans, their own life plans, you have a certain order in which you'd like to do things. So for me, definitely, I've spoken about this with Will, for us, we definitely want to have children after marriage, engaged, married, children. But it just doesn't work like that sometimes.
Yeah, especially with the pandemic. It's it's changing everything at the moment.
I think we've got 5 lockdown babies coming in our group of friends.
Oh, wow.
All due in January.
Gosh. Okay, that's going to be an expensive month for you.
Yeah, it will be.
Forever from now on.
I know. Just what you need after Christmas.
Yeah. Okay, so next one. What age do you think men and women like to get married in the UK? Just quickly, other cultures, they have this association with once you get to a certain age, you should be married, which is pretty negative, I am aware.
Yes.
But do we have that? And where would you feel like it starts to play a role in the UK for girls particularly? I
definitely have heard of this in other cultures being something that's really, really intense. It definitely exists in the UK. I think it's a lot of personal pressure as well that people put themselves under, because we're constantly comparing ourselves to others. We're in the age of social media. We can see everyone's wedding photos, everyone's baby pics. And definitely settling down and finding someone. I mean, the window of your life where you are probably going to meet someone and then get married, that's a very small window, isn't it? You know, from the age of maybe 18 to, 30. That's 12 years. And maybe if you go to uni, it's even shorter than that. I don't know. So yeah, women definitely feel the pressure. I know that if I weren't engaged right now, I would probably be starting to think, I really want to find someone I want to spend my life with, because I'm terrible at being alone as well. I lived alone for a year and I just absolutely hated it. Okay. I went insane. Right. I'm not to be trusted alone. And
we won't go there. Okay.
I ended up having like an Aperol Spritz at lunch some days just because there's nothing else to do.
Okay. Well, as long as it's an alcoholic addiction, that's okay.
No, we nipped that in the bud. That was fine.
Okay.
It never turned into a problem, but I did just think, I could do anything and no one's watching.
Hilarious. Okay, so my friend is 31 and she is starting to feel the pressure, but I think personally that's a little bit I just don't want that to be a thing as much. But you feel like it is for you, your age at 26?
I mean, I think I would be starting to think about it. We cannot ignore that women have the pressure of a body clock.
No.
And people talk about it all the time. It's always in the media, and there are scientific studies shoved down our throats that, eggs are declining or something like that. I saw some awful politician post something about Taylor Swift the other day, like, gosh, she should really think about children. She's got, 10% of her eggs left or something, and we just don't need that pressure.
No.
But also, if children are in your vision of an ideal life, you have got to think about finding someone. But then there are lots of options as well. If you haven't found someone, I know someone in my village that I used to live in that didn't have a partner, but that didn't stop her from having a child.
Okay. Yeah, totally. And I know someone who is seriously considering freezing their eggs.
That's a big thing now.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's another really big topic. A lot of women are doing it. I think it's an expensive and uncomfortable process, but if it gives you that peace of mind and, you know, there's a couple of extra years to develop to advance in your career without feeling a pressure, and to look for someone without settling as well.
Yeah, that's another massive one, isn't it? Yeah. The next one, this is apparently a tradition in the UK, but maybe it's outdated. I'd like to hear from you.
Ooh.
Apparently the groom, who is the male part of the wedding, if you remember that there are two people in the wedding, the groom...
What, my wedding?
Yeah, your wedding. The groom apparently treats the bride to a complete surprise destination and organises everything when it comes to the honeymoon.
That is not something we did or are doing. I mean, we're a very modern couple. I don't think Will would be cross with me for saying that I definitely run the finances in our relationship. I've always been somebody that's really into tracking spending. I also run a business where he is employed. So I definitely have been hot on that, and the honeymoon budget and what we could and couldn't do was definitely coming from me.
Yeah.
But we decided together. I think for Will it would have been strange because I run the finances in the relationship.
Yeah.
I think he would feel really weird coming in and then it would have felt really strange giving him a budget as well. That feels really nasty. I don't know. We plan everything together.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. I think it would also take a lot of joy away from the experience for Stacey, my partner, if I organised everything. She loves to choose where to go.
Oh, yeah.
And if I got it wrong, that would be stressful.
We've loved planning our honeymoon, and there's so much involved in just looking forward to it and talking about it together.
Yeah.
I think a surprise would have taken a lot of pleasure out of that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, so a modern couple probably doesn't do this tradition. Okay, so that's it for wedding talk. Thank you very much. And while that is true for this video, this recording is actually part of the podcast episode we made on the British English podcast, which is 3 times as long as this video. So if you want to hear that and get a better insight into British culture around weddings, then you can click the link on the screen right now, find it in the description box, or even search the British English podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever else you get your podcasts from. And before we go, I did want to let you guys know about what Lucy has been up to lately, as she has been a busy bee creating a brand new course that I know a lot of my students would seriously benefit from. So here's me asking Lucy about that. So you've done a pronunciation course, is that right?
Yes, I've done a British English pronunciation course where I teach modern RP, that's the accent that I speak with. And it's basically a course that will teach you to speak confidently and naturally.
Okay.
So we go through every phoneme, every sound that comprises modern received pronunciation. We look at connected speech, rhythm and stress, intonation, other little extra bits like the glottal stop, and how to pronounce ED at the end of words, the dark L,
Amazing.
the linking R. We go through absolutely everything. There's over 6 hours of lessons and over 49 individual lessons.
Wow.
It was a big job to create, but I'm so proud of it. I got 2 linguists to check through everything as well. One checked through all the scripts before I filmed, another one went through afterwards. So I feel very, very confident about what I've created, and we've had lots of students take it already, and the feedback has been amazing.
Oh, amazing. Really, really happy to hear that.
It's been a huge project, but I'm so happy with the results, and I've actually created a little discount code for your viewers.
Wonderful.
If they would like to have a look at it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's BEP15, and that gives you 15% off the full course.
Okay, fantastic.
So they can go to Epiphany Language Studios, that's the name of the language platform I've created,
Okay.
the British English pronunciation course, BEP15 for 15% off.
Wonderful. All right, fantastic. So we will put that in the show notes of the podcast and the description box of YouTube. Thank you very much, Lucy. We hope you enjoyed this content. That's all from me. Thank you, Lucy. Goodbye.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I think I throw you off.
I'm going to keep that.